Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. And since my last video about trying to conceive got so much hype on it and everyone loved it, I thought I'd do another video about how to conceive but with other methods of trying. This will even work for you guys that are suffering with irregular periods, polycystic ovaries, endometriosis. If you haven't already checked out my previous video about trying to conceive and what medications to take and stuff like that with infertility issues, please do head over to that and I'll leave it up in the eye area. But grab yourselves a cup of tea, a hot beverage, something nice, a little snack, and we will get straight into the video because this is going to probably be a long one. So I'm just going to start off by saying a massive thank you to the video. I know I said it in my previous video, but I'm so happy that I've managed to help so many of you guys, and I just want to continue to help you and help you get pregnant in 2021, because you will do it, girl, don't you worry, you will get pregnant in 2021. We will make it happen. So apart from the methods and medications in that video, there are other ways of tracking your cycles and also getting pregnant. I've tried and tested all of these products, so you don't have to. So number one, I do talk about it in the previous video, but OPKs, which are ovulation prediction kits, they tell you when you are having a spike in LH, which is a hormone that you need to ovulate. So I would recommend from about day 10, especially when first trying, just to see when you are ovulating, because you could be ovulating straight after your period, or you could be ovulating towards the 20 cycle days if you've got a longer period. But I'd always recommend just doing it for 1 or 2 cycles just to actually see when you are ovulating, and that way then you've got an actual idea of when you need to baby dance. And they will help massively in the trying to conceive journey. Even if you have polycystic ovaries, you may always have a higher LH surge, but you will still see that positive test. Temping and charting. So this is the one that everyone loves and that everyone swears by. So you need a certain thermometer for doing these tempings. You need a body basal thermometer, but this is actually gonna be a reading either via vagina or anal. It's entirely up to you. I prefer to just do it vaginally. That way then you will get the most accurate results. You can just test your normal temperature, but I believe it's more accurate if you do it internally. With charting, you will see a rise in your temperature. When you have that slight drop and then a rise again, that means that you've ovulated. This is the one that everyone swears by, and the only downside that you have to remember to do it literally first thing as soon as you wake up, because as soon as you step out of bed or move around, your body temperature will change. And you want to be as accurate as possible, so you do actually want to be consistent and do it at the same time every day as well. There is loads of apps and stuff like that that you could track this in, and it will do the graph for you, or you can make a graph at home. It's entirely up to you how you want to do it. The third method with trying to conceive is CM. If no one's aware of what CM is, it's cervical mucus. So throughout the month of your cycle, you will have different variations of cervical mucus. It might be creamy, it might be egg white stretchy, it might be dry, there might be nothing there, it might also be watery consistency. When you start to see the watery to egg white cervical mucus, that is when you're becoming fertile or at your fertile peak in your cycle. This is when you really want to be doing the baby dancing. Usually in your cycle, you start off round about dry, then you'll turn into like a creamy consistency, a bit sticky, and then you'll slowly edge towards the watery and then the egg white. When you hit the egg white consistency, that is when you'll be ovulating within days or hours even. Some people ovulate within hours of getting that cervical mucus. Me personally, I tend to get it about 3 days before I ovulate, so that is a good way of tracking as well. So alongside the OPKs, temping, just check your cervical mucus. It is a bit invasive. If you don't want to be going inside, then maybe this one's not for you, or you can just check it if it goes onto your underwear. But the best way to check is to obviously insert fingers inside and just pull out a little bit of cervical mucus and see what it's like. If it's stretchy between 2 fingers, then you are fertile, baby, and you need to get doing the deed and making that baby. So for me, cervical mucus is a massive indication that I am ovulating. This is the one that I really look out for, more than the other ones. I don't really tempt that much because I just find I'm not really consistent with it, but I have tried it and it has shown to work. Number 4 is cervical position. So with the cervical position, you obviously need to do internal examinations on yourself to feel if your cervix is high, low, medium, if it's soft, if it's firm, if it's open or closed. With this, you can even, if you really want to get your partner involved in the whole journey, get them to do it for you. And same with the CM check-in, get them to do it for you if you want to as well. So cervical position when ovulating, what you are looking for is a high cervix. Usually I can barely touch mine, literally. It's so high, but I also have tilted uterus, so this means that my cervix is more towards the back, so it's hard to reach anyway. So you're looking for a very high cervix, and you want it to be open, and also you want it to be soft. This is when you'll be ovulating, or you're in your fertile period. And it is firm, low and closed. That is when you are not ovulating and you're not close to ovulation. So with checking this and doing ovulation tests at the same time, then you will get a clear idea of to when you're ovulating. But I like to check my cervix. If it's firm and closed and I know nothing's going to be happening that day, then maybe I just won't take OPKs that day. But I do like to do OPKs just to have that extra know if it's going to be, if I'm going to ovulate within a few days or not. Also with doing all these methods, just be really consistent with it. Track everything, every little detail, track it, because that way then you will know when things are happening, when your body's actually trying to do things or if it is doing things, and you'll have an idea of what's going on. Obviously, if it's taking you a long time and it's been over a year, do just see your GP and they can give you a helping hand as to what direction you might need to go into, as they will support you no matter what after a year. That is usually the period as to when they will give you that help. Number 5, last but not least, is apps. So apps that I love and swear by are Glow. That has a community on there, and you can put pictures in there, you can ask questions, you can put polls in there. It's literally like a social media platform, and you can just talk to anyone, message people, follow people and their journeys. And there is different categories on there as well. So if you're infertile, got polycystic ovaries, you want reassurance if an OPK is positive or not, you can just literally put it on this app and people will talk to you and tell you what they think. Other apps that I tend to use or have used in the past are Flow, Clue, I've used Ovia as well. However, I still always go for Glow over them ones. Glow has a lot of information on it, as in what you can add to the app, what notes you can add, ovulation tests and stuff like that. The other app that I do use as well is called Premum, and that comes with the OPKs, the Easy at Home OPK tests. So with this, you literally just take your OPK, take a picture of it, and it'll tell you what level of LH you have in your system, and it'll tell you whereabouts you are in your cycle. So if you are at low fertility, high fertility or peak fertility. And this is good because sometimes reading them OPKs are so hard because you can't really tell if the line is as dark or darker. Sometimes it's just so close to being as dark, but it's just not quite there yet. So you get your hopes up thinking it's a positive when it's actually not. But by obviously putting it into this app, it'll just tell you if you are low, high or peak fertility. So that is the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked this video, give it a big thumbs up for me, and don't forget to subscribe down below just so you can follow me on my fertility journey and we can support each other. And all my social medias are down in the description box. If you want to ask me any questions, feel free to do so. I've loved reading everyone's stories so far, and I've loved also replying to you all. Honestly, if there's anything that I can help you with, please do message me. I love to help everyone. And also, don't forget to turn on that notification bell so that you get notified when I upload fertility updates like this. And I'll see you in the next video.